Thank you for your comment, and I'm not surprised by it because I used to believe exactly as you do. I have an entire chapter devoted to the divine feminine in my book, Deconstructing Leaving Church, Finding Faith. And here's what I wrote. All the years I was in church, I never heard of her. Not one sermon, not one Bible study, not one teaching. It was as if she didn't exist or she didn't matter if she did. But she is here, beloved. She has always been here. She has always been in you, regardless of your sexual or gender identity. The divine feminine is in each of us. She influences your life so much more than you know, and it is time for you to discover her power and her wisdom. I'll also say that I know I'm not a typical Christian. I am a non-conforming, unchurched Christian. And I talk about that in my book as well. The non-conforming part was inspired by a sermon from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Here's what he wrote in that sermon. Only through an inner spiritual transformation do we gain the strength to fight vigorously the evils of the world in a humble and loving spirit. He went on to talk about, in order for us to have the type of social change we needed here in America that would bring about social justice, that he needed Christians to become transformed and non-conforming. Because down the street from the churches where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was delivering those sermons were people who were in the pews who were justifying their hatred and their racism and their bigotry through their Christian beliefs. The divine feminine that I'm speaking about is different than the Catholic worship of Mother Mary or the Divine Mary. I'm making no judgment about the worship of the Mother Mary, but both Catholicism and Protestant Christianity are based on a Christian patriarchal structure. That type of structure is going to suffocate the presence and the power and the wisdom of the divine feminine. This Christian patriarchal indoctrination has conditioned us to believe that this ultimate leadership should come through the white Christian man. But when we acknowledge and embrace the divine feminine, we acknowledge the importance of balance, the importance of inclusivity, the importance of honoring the diversity that is humanity. The more extreme you get into holding on to Christian patriarchy is how you end up on the road to Christian nationalism. People simply do not understand how many layers of indoctrinated beliefs are impacting how you see the world. And until you start to unpack that, you're going to look at somebody like Vice President Kamala Harris and say, well, I just don't think she's qualified. I don't know why I don't like her. I'm not going to vote for her. And really not be able to qualify that because all you're doing is holding on to an indoctrinated belief, not looking at the character, the intentions, the qualifications, and the credentials of this amazing human. That's why I write about it. And this is an easy way for you to support me in the work I do here because pre-order is available for my book now.